I started baking when I was like 7 or 8 years old. So my mom just let me go in the kitchen and experiment with stuff. So I just would throw things together and see what happened. So that's how I started baking, and then I started making cakes for nieces and nephews, and that's how I started the whole cake decorating thing. And then, so I decided I would go to culinary school after high school, but it was full. I did like 2 semesters, and the rest of it was full, so I thought, okay, I'll do the baking and pastry course. So I did that and never went back to the culinary portion of it, so I just stuck with the baking and the pastry. Dingadry, I dropped out. Dropped out and joined the Army. So that was a whole, then I didn't bake for a long time. And then I was a stay-at-home mom. I did odd jobs around Flagstaff to stay home with my kids. And then I just started baking again a few years ago and loved it, and started working in different little bakeries around town and loved it again. So when the space opened up downtown, I thought I'll give it a shot. And it was a small little tiny space, so it didn't cost very much, and I had enough stuff to get in there and just get started. So me and my husband looked around and got everything used and any cheapest things we can find to get in there, and that's how we got started. What we make, well, I bake whatever I like, basically. So I don't, it's not set by, people always ask it, what type of bakery? Is it a French bakery? Is it a, but it's not, it's a little bit of everything, because it's whatever I decide I'm gonna like to bake, that's what I bake and put out there. And we do everything in small batches. So there's only 1 pan of everything made a day, and then it doesn't last too long. That way you don't have to throw a lot out, but it doesn't, I don't like to sell after a day. Everything goes to day old, and so we do that. And then that's basically it. I mean, if I like it, then I bake it out here, and we do a lot of sweets, a lot of cupcakes, a lot of custom cakes, but yeah. You know what, baking is just something I've loved to do since I was little, and it's never, you know, sometimes you do things and you do enough of it and then you don't like it anymore, or, you know, you fades in and out, but baking has never been that way. I bake here, you know, sometimes 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and I'm exhausted at night, but the next morning I'm ready to get up and do it all over again. So I still love it after all this time, and I just like coming up with new things, changing recipes, tweaking things, making something new out of something, and yeah, I just love it. It's like, it's very relaxing to me to get in there and bake and get dirty. I make a big mess when I do it. People clean up after me, thank God, because I get stuff everywhere, but it's a lot of fun to me, so that's why I do it. We get in here, we do all the breakfast pastries first. So it's me and my husband in the morning. He does all the cinnamon rolls and croissants, and then I do all the coffee cakes and scones and anything else that's out there. So we work through that, and then he leaves for work, and I start on the sweet stuff for the day. So the brownies, the cookies, any cakes I have to do that day, I'll get them baked first thing in the morning so I could decorate them. And in the afternoon, I go to decorating, and then I finish up and we're out of here. I go pick up my kids at 3 o'clock from school, and that's hopefully the end of my day. Sometimes I have to come back, sometimes I don't, but depends on how fast I could get everything done during the day. We start about 4:35. You have to be an early person, an early morning person, that's for sure. Otherwise, you're not going to like it. I can't stand to sleep if the sun is up. So as soon as the sun comes up, I'm out of bed. So it doesn't bother me too much to get up early. I mean, there's days I'd rather sleep a little bit longer, but so far so good. My favorite thing to eat would be the Blondie bar. It's very caramel and sweet, and I love anything caramel. To bake, probably pies and tarts would be my favorite thing. I like the different combinations. Like you could put anything in a pie or just change it. So with most of my pies, I don't even have recipes. I just put what goes in there and it works out just fine. I might change it every once in a while, but But yeah, I think pies are my favorite. I like to decorate a lot too. To me, that's, if I'm not rushed doing it, then it's relaxing. Every once in a while, I get too much on my plate and then I'm just stressed trying to get it all done in time, but that's part of it, I guess.